Well, we're about to see the taillights of April, and with that comes a few new games. And while none of these really fill the need of the true RPG gamer, they can offer at least some amusement, hopefully. First up, we have Jedi Survivor, Respawn's follow-up to their mega hit Jedi Fallen Order. Steam preloads have already started, but when you'll get to play depends on where you live. Question is, am I going to actually enjoy this game? Well, I guess all of our mileages may vary depending on how hardcore of an RPGer you are. As with Jedi Fallen Order, the RPGness really comes down to choosing powers, outfits, and side quests. Story and character development are linear. Boo. And it seems that Respawn has done what everybody else thinks they have to do. Thrown in some open world elements. Mega boo. Pre-release reviews have been mostly positive, with most of the negative pieces coming from open world elements, watering down the game by adding extra stuff that doesn't need to be there. And I, for one, will be glad when the open world finally fades away, if it ever does. As with its predecessor, Jedi Survivor reminds me a lot of the Horizon series, in the way that it looks and the combat. Unfortunately, it doesn't give us some of those dialogue choices and romance options and other RPG elements that we all love. Still, I hope the 15 to 20 hours of main story and a little bit of side questing can make up for the fact that this bad boy costs 70 smackaroos. And that's just the regular edition. Jedi Fallen Order will be open for everybody to play in that open world on April 28th. Next, we have a game that went from internet anticipation to internet trepidation. That is, of course, Redfall. Another game with some RPG elements and some story elements. For us, all the noise in the game forums and in the press don't matter much, because we were already on the fence about this one. First person, lots of shooter elements, built around co-op play, and an RPG system that focuses only on combat. And to top it off, there's plenty of open world-ish things, such as environmental storytelling. And yep, that was derision you heard in my voice, because more often than not, environmental storytelling takes the place of telling stories with characters. Thank you for popularizing that one, Bethesda. Cool vampires and supernatural things aside, this game doesn't present an awful lot other than a limited skill tree and a whole lot of running and gunning. But if you're willing to smack 70 simoleons down, this thing's available May 1st. And finally on our hit parade, we have Elder Scrolls Online Necrom Shadow over Morrowind. For this expansion, we get a new Telvanni zone. And yay, more giant weird mushrooms and mushroom homes. And a main quest centered around Mr. Floating Eyeballs himself, Hormeus Mora, the Prince of Fate. And I'm certain, in ESO fashion, this quest will have nothing to do with the PC. We'll just be there doing stuff for somebody else. And I'm sure in that same vein, our PC will ask the dumbest questions about things they already know, and anybody in that world would know. So what do we get besides the Telvanni Mushroom Kingdom? We get 2 new companions, a Redguard and an Argonian. I am not looking forward to listening to dialogue with that Argonian. Along with companions, new daily quests, dungeons, farmable gear, and all the other usuals that come along with an expansion. And you get a new class, the Arcanist. Who doesn't like trying all those new class abilities? The problem is, I already have a Warden that's over 1,700 champion points and's done absolutely everything in the game. So running up a new character is a wee bit daunting. Certainly be worth seeing what the new starting zone looks like for those characters, but the chances of playing an entirely new class all the way through the story, pretty slim on my part. But who knows, maybe it's just that freaking awesome that I'll want to do it. And back to those story elements that most likely won't be tied to our PC, the ESO team has in the past at least made the attempt to bring characters from previous stories to anchor us in this new one. Just hope they're not one of the annoying characters. And finally, with this expansion drop, there's going to be a lot of new pets and gear that's going to be popping up in the stores and in the daily giveaways. That'll add a little extra flavor to it, but not be a terribly big incentive for me. All of this ESO excitement starts June 5th for PC and Mac players. If you're on a console, unfortunately, you gotta wait till June 20th. Prices for this thing start at $39.99 all the way up to $79.99. Any of these 3 must-haves for anyone? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, if you like this kind of content, like, comment, and subscribe.